Hello everyone, and welcome back if you've been with me before. If you're new here, I post cleaning videos as often as I can. Recently, I was pretty sick for a couple of months, and now I'm feeling much better, and so I've been trying to get my house back in order. In part one, I cleaned the downstairs of my house, and in this video, I'm working on the upstairs. So I decided to start with my bedroom, and I really wanted to get the room really clean, so I took all the bedding off my bed and I washed everything, including every pillow, every cover, my duvet, everything, and then I just went in and cleaned the mattress. As you can see, I did buy a new set of sheets, and normally I would wash these before I put them on my bed, but because I was washing all of my other bedding and some other things in the house, I just felt like, it was one more thing that I didn't want to wash, and they didn't have any sort of odor when I opened them up, so I think it was okay. Now I'm just going to work on laundry, and I'm going to try to get as much laundry done as possible, and make that my first step. In between loads of laundry, I'm just going to work on some smaller areas in my bedroom. This is my master bath, and I'm just clearing off the sink. And then I'm just going to take the dirty hand towel that's there that needs to be washed anyway, and I'm just going to wet half of it with really, really hot water and use that to wipe everything down, and then use the other half that's dry to dry everything off, and then throw it right into the wash. The next area I have to deal with is this table in my bedroom. As you can see, it's very cluttered. My younger daughter spent a lot of time with me when I was not feeling well, and she brought all of her toys in to play so that she could hang out with me. And you can see there's Play-Doh and Barbies and everything you could possibly imagine. So I'm just going to tidy that up. but when I was feeling under the weather, I would get fevers and chills. And for some reason, the chills kind of like lasted. Even though I'm feeling better, I still get really, really cold sometimes for some reason. And everyone else in my house is fine and the temperature is fine, but I'm freezing. So that's why I was wearing ski pants. Now you can see it's the next day. It actually took me 2 full days to get all of the pillows and blankets washed. I have a lot of like little throw pillows that are feathers inside, down pillows, and it just took that long to get everything washed and dried. Okay, now you can see that it's a new day and I'm working in my daughter's room. You can see that it was a nursery in there and we're switching her to a big girl bed finally. I debated buying a new bed, but I found a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace for a bed and a mattress. So right now you can see that I'm just deep cleaning the mattress with some sort of like a baking soda product from Glade and then vacuuming it really, really well. To make sure that there's just like nothing on the mattress that we don't want. And then finally I'm going to put an allergy cover on top that zips all the way around, so she's not actually going to be touching any part of the mattress, which I think is fine. You know, it's secondhand, but I don't think it's a big deal because it's going to be completely covered by the cover. So now we're just bringing the bed into her room and putting it together. I actually had my eye on this bed for a while. It's a Pottery Barn bed. I think it's called like either Catalina or Carolina or something like that. And I always really just liked the bed. And I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and I actually said to the person, I messaged them and I asked specifically if the bed was white or off-white, because all of her other furniture is white and the trim in the room is white. So I was hoping that it would be white, and they said, yes, it's white, it's not off-white. And my husband went and he picked it up and he brought it home, and it's definitely more like an off-white cream ivory type color. So it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. Those things tend to bother me a little bit because I'm like just sensitive to colors. But I think if it continues to bug me, I can always paint the bed. But for now, I think it's fine. My daughter really, really loves the new bed and her big girl room. We actually got that Mermaid quilt from Zulily, and it was really inexpensive. It was like, I don't know if I had a coupon or what, but it was like maybe like $10 or $15 for the quilt and the sham. And it's very thin. It's not high quality, but my daughter absolutely loves it because she wanted a mermaid room. And so it worked out really well. She really likes the room. Now you can see my husband's just taking all the stuffed animals to the laundry room, and we're going to wash everything. And now he's taking down the crib tent, which makes me very sad because if any of you have ever used a crib tent, you know it's awesome because you can zip it up and you know that the baby is going to stay there even when they start climbing. I don't think that this crib is going to last beyond my daughter. It was a very inexpensive crib from Walmart, and the bottom part that he's taking out now, it just completely bent and cracked. So I think that the whole thing is probably going to have to be scrapped. I don't know. There may be some use for it, or we may be able to get a new bottom for it for somebody. But for now, we just stored it, and I'm going to try to deal with it later when I clean out my basement. The other change I made was just to swap out the curtains. The ones she had in her room were really cute from Target, But I just thought with how busy the bed was, it would be nicer to have something a little plainer. So I just put up these curtains that were from my older daughter's old room when she was about that age, and I think it looks really nice. Now I'm moving on to my older daughter's room, and I'm basically just trying to combat the clutter in here. She has tons of American Girl doll stuff. She has dolls and accessories. You can see like there's beds and chairs and all sorts of things in there. So my ultimate plan is to build her an American Girl dollhouse, and hopefully I'll be doing that soon, and that'll be a future video. But for now, I'm just trying to tidy up and get rid of the trash and get things cleaned up in there. This is what my younger daughter's room looked like after one night of sleeping in her big girl bed, and honestly it wasn't as bad as I expected. I know she wakes up at night, and I know she was going to play in the middle of the night, and so I expected her to take stuff out, but honestly it really wasn't that bad, and it didn't take that long to straighten it back up again. Now I'm moving on to my son's room. I'm hoping to just really organize and declutter as much as I can. It's difficult because he's definitely a magpie. He loves to just hoard little treasures, and he has like rocks and shells and little toys and things just squirreled away everywhere. So I'm going to work with him because I really want him to start to understand the process of decluttering and make his own decisions about what to keep and what to get rid of. You can also see he has a lot of stuffed animals. He likes to sleep with all of them, and he reads a ton of books. So he always has stuffed animals and books everywhere. For now, I'm just going to gather them up, and then I'm going to have him help me decide where everything should go. While I'm waiting for my son to get back so that he can help me clean his room, I'm going to tackle some more laundry. As you can see, we had a lot to do. Okay, now I'm back to my son's room, and as you can see, he's got lots of stuff on his bookshelves. So he is off camera but in the room with me, and he's just telling me where to put different things and what he wants to keep, and I'm helping him just sort through item by item. Finish up by working in the playroom, and if you haven't been with my channel before, you might think that this is 2 months worth of toys in the playroom, but honestly I actually did clean this up earlier, like maybe a week or two before. This is just how bad this playroom gets. It's just my kids, I have 3 kids, and they all are into different things, and they have lots of fun toys, and they love to take everything out and play, and they're not quite at the age where they're able to put everything back just the way I like it, and so it does get really crazy very quickly. If you haven't noticed, down on the bottom of that cube shelf, you can see that there's little plastic drawers, and one of the projects I did when I wasn't feeling well was I took bins of random Legos, and we had a lot of them. And I got those little drawers, and I just would sit and sort Legos. And I really wanted to sort them by color. We've never had a system for Legos before. It's always just been, you know, they get some sets and then we throw them in a box, and they've never been organized in any way. So I really wanted to sort everything out because all 3 of my kids are really into Legos now. And I worked on it on and off when I wasn't feeling well, but I still have quite a bit of a ways to go. There's like maybe 5 more bins at this point. So I'm going to keep working on that, and hopefully eventually we'll have an awesome Lego system. I've mentioned this before, but a couple of months before we started quarantining, I did ask a friend of mine who's a professional cleaner to come and help me out once a month And she came a couple of times, and it wasn't really like a cleaning lady situation because I asked her to come on days when my kids were not around. They were either at my family's or my husband took them somewhere, and I actually stayed and cleaned with her, and the two of us kind of worked together to get the house really well done, and just like we just did like a deep clean. And so that was awesome, and that was working really well for me. And then when we started quarantining and I was super sick and I thought that I might have the virus, I didn't want her to come into the house because I was afraid that it was too much of a risk. So she had not been here at this point for the whole of the quarantine. But since then, she was able to come one day, and she deep cleaned the bathrooms and did some vacuuming and mopping of the floors. And so I don't have my bathrooms in these videos. I was waiting for her to come because I knew she was going to help me out. And that's why I didn't deep clean like the toilets and the showers and stuff like that in these videos. Just in case you're wondering and you're worried that my bathrooms didn't get clean, they actually did after this video ended. Here you can see me sorting more of the Legos, and I actually gave up at some point filming this because it took me several hours over the course of a few days to finish up sorting out all of the Legos, and I just thought that it would be too boring for you to sit there and watch me sort through all of those bins of Legos. And so I just skipped over that, and I'm going to show you the end result in a minute of after I was completely done getting through everything and how everything looked at the end. Here is the final result of all that sorting. You can see I put everything into different drawers based on color, and I had it in rainbow order. My kids actually pulled the drawers out and like kind of switched them around. I'm probably going to push them back and put them back in rainbow order just because I like it. I don't know, my kids have been really good about building stuff and then putting back the random Legos that are sitting out. They like sorting them into the drawers, so this system is working really well. If you have a Lego system, please share a comment with what you do, because Legos are intense over here. And if you like this video or you like cleaning and organizing videos, please subscribe. I really love when people subscribe and when people comment. It makes me feel so good, and like I'm not just, cleaning my house by myself. And yeah, and hit the little bell button if you want to be notified when I have a new video. Thanks for watching.